All right, hello everyone. My name is Victoria Radnothy with pickleball.com, and I have such an exciting interview today with the co-authors of In a Pickle: How to Master Love and Pickleball and Not Kill Each Other. I am here with Dr. Stormy Hill and Teri Citterman. Ladies, how are you guys today?
Doing great.
Doing so good. Happy to be here.
Thank you for having us.
So, Teri, let's start with you. Give me your background and how long have you been playing pickleball?
My background is I'm an executive coach. I'm a ghostwriter. I've written several books, and I've been playing pickleball for about 2 years. Yes.
Excellent. So then, Stormy, will jump to you.
So I am a mental health therapist, occupational therapist, and also a relationship coach for men, women, and couples. And I have been playing pickleball for just coming up on 2 years as well.
And how did you two meet?
Costa Rica.
Playing pickleball.
Playing pickleball.
So
We
fun.
are we are doubles partners now,
Oh, so did you guys run into some
or women's
relationship
partners.
conflict? Yeah.
No,
No,
no, we do
no
well.
sailing.
So tell me, guys, what sparked the idea to write this story? Because, I mean, were you in relationships yourself and having conflict with your own partners, or were you just watching, I mean, the complete chaos that can be the pickleball court sometimes?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, I think for me, my partner, my boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, we have a really, really solid, fabulous relationship. And then we got in the pickleball court and it fell apart. It really fell apart. And I was a little bit felt like a bit of a hypocrite. I'm like, I am a therapist, I'm a relationship coach. Like, I am not practicing what I preach here, really, and wanting to kind of take the skills from my life and my profession and apply them to the pickleball court. And then Teri can talk about hers and then what we saw publicly too.
So I just heard this great term, competitive. Yes, so it's your competitiveness and your teammate. And that pretty much describes my husband pretty well. So he and I were playing pickleball together, and he is the type of person who can pick up any sporting instrument and become a master of it. So that's where the high competition comes in. And we'd been playing, we had played a few tournaments, and it was just rough. And it got to the point where we needed to decide whether or not we were going to go through a pickleball divorce or not. And we ended up getting a throuple. So I play with a person and he also plays with that person, men's doubles. And went down to Costa Rica, found our way back together. Still don't play high stakes events together, but we are successfully playing together most of the time.
What are some of the common issues you guys have seen on the pickleball court when it comes to a couple playing together?
Eye rolls, body language.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, everything from, words, like we said, in our book, we say the sound of an eye roll, right? Like everyone feels that. Just and really like what happens on the court doesn't just stay on the court. It can spill into your relationship off the court. And we both experienced that and didn't want that. We don't want that for other people. And then you asked Victoria about too. We kept seeing it in tournaments. I went down and watched the PPA Pro events down in Southern Utah, and then also in Salt Lake City, Utah, where I live when I'm not in Costa Rica. And we just saw it everywhere. We saw couples that, if we were playing them in a tournament, we were kind of stoked because we knew we were going to win the next few points because they were so divided. But really, that was the idea, like that kind of led to this brainchild, and we had experienced it personally. We weren't experiencing it in women's doubles. We're experiencing it in mixed doubles with your love partner, with your significant other, your spouse, and really and wanting to write a book to help people to navigate that better because we love our partners and we love pickleball.
I know it's so hard. There's so many people. It seems to be such a common issue where people are like, oh, I love playing with my significant other. And then other people are like, we can't even play with each other. We can't even be on the same court, not even in the same neighborhood, like put us on completely different realms.
We all started it by loving to play with our significant other until we actually started doing it. And because there's just a lack of forgiveness. There's just, you have such high expectations of your partner in general. And so when mistakes get made, if we make a mistake, it's easily forgivable. Hey, good job, good try, next time. But with your partner, there is none of that grace, and it is rough.
That's so interesting. I never thought about it like that, but that seems so true.
Yeah, and we joke about it in the book that like watching your love partner play with another woman for us, and all of a sudden you're like, but you are so nice to that other woman, and they're like, well, it's not you, you're my partner, and I know you can hit a better shot than that, or I expect more out of you, or
Even
whatever.
when we play with our respective significant others, it's a whole different situation, Other people's husbands, that's who you should be playing with.
That's so funny. So, how long did this whole process take? When did you guys sit down together and say, "Hey, we're going to do this. We're going to put pen to paper and write this story," to now that you have a published book in your hands?
June?
Oh, so it was fast.
It was fast.
Fast.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
It was fast for sure. I think we have this really great, sweet friendship. We're both published authors prior to this. We knew that our skill set us up to really be experts and be able to speak into this field, intelligently and soundly, and then also playfully. There's a lot of playfulness and irreverence in the book because we wanted it to be light. We want couples to laugh as they're reading it and end up loving more and playing better pickleball together.
What is the value of humor in yours? Because clearly the title says, and not kill each other. So clearly you guys want to laugh, you want to have fun on the court. What's the value in humor and kind of letting people stick with what you're saying, help them remember these tips and tricks that you guys provide?
Well, I'm a big true crime fan, so my baseline is always nobody wants to end up on Dateline. So a friend of ours coined a term, kitchen knife moments, and that's when you're playing pickleball and you feel like you want to stab your husband or partner with your paddle. So there's a lot of conversations about worthiness of kitchen knife moments. There's a lot of, just like Stormy said, irreverence. We want it to be relatable. We want people to enjoy it, just like we want people to enjoy pickleball. I mean, our goal is to get more people playing. Obviously, that's everybody. The cult of pickleball is what it is. But, we want people to have fun and also learn. There's some, real life learning, communication, emotional intelligence, all kinds of real tricks and tips that will come in use as you play and more so as you advance.
Totally.
Tell me a little bit more about this emotional intelligence. How do you have that on the court when you're playing a game?
So we actually have a really fun quiz in the book because everyone loves a good quiz, right? Especially competitive pickleball people. Who you can see if you get a better score than your partner. I'm just throwing it out there as a little challenge. But really, we were talking a lot about IQ versus EQ in life, in the bedroom, on the pickleball court, everywhere, and then we decided to write a chapter that really focused on emotional intelligence, which we call PEQ, pickleball emotional intelligence, and how to improve that. And so taking what is just traditionally emotional intelligence and applying it to this little space we call the pickleball court.
And I noticed you also talk a lot about pickleball love languages. How did you guys come up with that idea and then put it all together in this like fun, approachable way to where I can better support my mixed doubles partner on the court?
Well, I did not buy into love languages, all the traditional, blah, blah, blah. I was like, whatever, rock shit. But we took the test, my husband and I, Raj, and I had believed our love language was acts of service, which turns out neither of our love languages are that. Mine is words of affirmation and his is
Quality time.
And so it really changed. It builds this awareness of what you actually need on the court. And, him now knowing that I actually need to be told I'm doing a good job because those eye rolls are so friggin' loud otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
It changes, it really helped him develop an awareness about how he impacts me, but other people as well, on the court. And that's emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
That's data from the love languages. I mean, the more you can know, the better you can be as a teammate and as a partner in real life.
Totally. And it's a really fun little thing to apply it to the pickleball court, right? So obviously you learn your love language for life and for love, and then it really does apply to the pickleball court. So my boyfriends and I, ours are both physical touch. So for example, if I make a bad shot, hit the ball sailing or into the net and he doesn't like paddle boot me, I like take that, like it doesn't go well for me. So we do it after every shot, and we maybe will high five or chest bump after like a really great shot, because that's our love language, right? That's how I feel encouraged and how I receive love, also how I offer love. And that's the idea behind the love languages, which I've used in relationship coaching for a long time. It's just been really fun to apply it to the pickleball court.
Oh, I'm sure. I can only imagine the conversations that get sparked when you were like, hey, we have this idea and we're doing research now and we're all watching everybody and all that stuff. I bet it was so much fun.
Oh, it is a grand experiment.
A never-ending one too, right?
Totally.
The
We
more
say
you
that.
play.
Yeah, we say it's a microcosm of your relationship, you know, and Teri had a great point. She said, not a mirror, because we both had really, we both do have really fabulous relationships based on good communication and transparency. And then, like I said, it kind of fell apart in the pickleball court until we tried intentionally and put work and effort into not having it fall apart in the pickleball court. And so we say it really is this microcosm of your relationship. It gives you a relationship workshop. It's certainly a communication workshop out there. And that would apply to not even just mixed doubles, just to playing with another person. It definitely gets more complicated if your mixed doubles partner is your lover, is who you sleep with, is who you spend time with, right? It gets even more complicated.
I mean, this is a book for people who are like, I have a great relationship. What the hell happens when I get on the court? I mean, I looked at my husband and I'm like, I'm not sure this is going to work out for the lifetime, you know? And I had never thought that. So we really wanted to take our experience and experience that we've seen on the court, other people have expressed to us, and give people kind of a playbook and help, because we want everyone to enjoy pickleball as much as possible, and play with your partner, because it is really fun.
And it's needed too.
As long as you can minimize the kitchen knife moments.
Yes,
You'll be fine. Yeah.
It's so funny you say that because one of my close friends always makes the joke. She's like, well, we'll have a fight about something that's not pickleball related, and then we'll take our aggression out on the pickleball court. I know that's super common. Is that a good strategy, or is it like, maybe we should talk it out first? What do you guys think?
Yeah, you know, that's a really great question. We actually talked about it in the book the other way, right? Like, so like, because what if you're in conflict and you go onto the court, that's going to show up. But also if you're on the court and you go back into life, that will show up too, right? So it's not just this, it is a microcosm, but it's not in a vacuum, right? You still have a relationship off the court. But I think, you know, we address that and when we talk about intention setting, so we talk about having an intention versus playing intention against each other, right? So so if your intention is to, you know, maybe you've had a feisty, fiery fight and you're feeling like, hey, you know what, we're gonna go just play hard and aggressive and poach everything and leave it all on the court, and you both have that shared intention, that might not be a bad strategy. But if your partner is like, I'm gonna take up, you know, 95% of the court and poach every ball because I'm mad at you, like that's probably not going to go very well. Right? It probably won't move you into resolution and restoration. So I think the intention setting is really is for me has been a fabulous tool that Teri brought to the book. And when my boyfriend and I started practicing it, we're like, wow, this is really, so we set an intention every time we get on the court.
Yeah,
That's good
agree. I actually don't think it would go great if you're having a fight off the court, you enter the court, it's like a cage match. Like you're not going to win. You're just not.
And we talk about that in the book, like, right? So my partner and I were playing the other day, and I said we were in tension against each other, and I said, hey, let's just not play together today. Like, I think that will be better. It was just rec play, drop and play. And so playing against each other was actually kind of fun, but playing with each other was our choice not to play together that day. We play together all the time, and we chose not to that day. And so we talk about, you know, you can take a breather, you can take a pickleball divorce, you can find your way back like Teri and Raj did. Like there's so many, I mean, it really is this beautiful workshop for your relationship. And like Teri said, we don't even remember what our lives were like before pickleball took over our life. And so we're seeing couples trying and struggling. And so that was the intention for the book.
That's so great. It's so necessary, honestly. I feel like everyone is running into this problem, whether they're, you know, dating or they're like married for 50 years. They're running into this problem.
Well, book 2 may be the dating guide.
Yeah, exactly.
Together.
I love it. We need it.
And it's amazing to see pickleball is becoming this amazing, you know, dating network and even apps and, you know, and social gatherings for dating. And so you're absolutely right, Victoria. You're going to run into this. you're going to see this dynamic from dating all the way through, long-term marriages. And like Teri mentioned, we wanted to play pickleball for our lives. We hope to be playing it into our 90s, and we wanted to play it with our partners, and so our love partners, and we had to learn how to do that better, or that wasn't going to be the case.
So there's actually quite a few of pro pickleball players who play with their significant others on the pro tour. Do you guys think that is a great way to success? Maybe they can relate to each other. They both are in the game together. They struggle together, the highs and lows of pro pickleball. Or do you think that just magnifies the intensity? What do you guys think from your expertise opinion?
Well, I think if it works for I mean, we loved watching Ignatowicz and Anna Bright play together, but that ended. So, I don't know. I don't have an answer. I think it's a good thing to try. And some people seem to be successful at it. And I mean, how cool is that? It's really cool if you can do it.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. If you can do that, that's great. But I also I would say read the book. Seriously, the pro players too, read the book, because you will get great strategies from the book. But also to give, right? And and then there's lots of pro players who are in a relationship who don't play mixed together. That's been their choice to not play mixed doubles together. And so you get to navigate, right? We're autonomous, sovereign human beings, and we get to navigate how we interact with our lover, our partner, our significant other. And so I would say, for some it will work and others it won't, and either is okay. Either is just great. But take some strategies and apply them, just like you do when you drill in pickleball, which hopefully everyone's doing out there. Drilling and stretching are the two big things I think everyone should do that most people don't do. But also, know that if you're going to play with your love partner, there's going to be challenges, and you can actually grow closer through pickleball together. And that's what we both have experienced in our partnerships.
And if you can be that couple, that's really cool.
It is really cool. It is really
Don't we
cool.
all want to be that couple?
I know, exactly.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, exactly.
So for you guys personally, what has been the major benefit for you guys finally, getting over this major hurdle of communication on the pro pickleball court and playing with your significant other?
Well, when we travel together, there's few people to play with. So it's great if you can, just have to find another couple to play with. So, and we all travel together in other countries and other cities. And it's just really cool that this is something we can share together.
Yeah, totally. And that's what, it made me really sad when I contemplated and actually had conversations with my boyfriend about maybe we can't play pickleball together. And I felt really sad about that, because as we started getting, better and better, the competitiveness went up, the stakes go up as we started playing in more competitive tournaments. And I was feeling very sad that we were legitimately contemplating not playing together, because he's my favorite person on the planet. He's my, I want to play with him more than anyone. And I would say when you put these strategies into play and you're vibing awesome on the court, he is my favorite person to play pickleball with. Teri's a close second, but it's it's great when you can do that. And so and I would also say that we don't do it perfectly. We wrote the book, but we are still in practice with the book.
I mean, read the book. The rule number 1, we often say to our partners.
The first rule of pickleball is
don't be a dick.
It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Simple as that. In life and in pickleball.
That's great. That's great. So maybe you're looking for your doubles partner for life. What are some characteristics of an excellent pickleball partner? What should you be looking for? Or maybe what can you emulate for yourself, whether it is, mixed, women's, men's, anything like that?
If you can find someone who's a good communicator, I mean, it is gold in life. I would say communication, someone who has your back, someone you can trust, someone who's forgiving.
Totally. I mean, and we say, also that pickleball brings this playfulness into our life. We are all in this allegiance to pickleball. It is so playful and fun. We don't know what we did before the sport took over our life, we always say, right? But so that playfulness too, if you find a partner in life and on the court who can be playful, and we say in the book, it's pickleball, please keep it in perspective. Don't let this ruin your relationship.
Don't kill each other.
Don't kill it. Don't end up on Dateline, So I think all of those, those emotional intelligence traits are going to show up on the court and off the court. You know, there was an article in the New York Times recently, I think it was New York Times, that said about like, you can learn everything you need to know about someone by how they play pickleball, right? Just like they said about how they play golf. And that's why so much business is being done on the pickleball court now.
I mean, it tells you who the person is, really, character, you know, no cheating, line calls, you know, all the things that happen on the court tell you a lot about a person,
Totally.
how they handle bad shots, how they handle conflict.
Yeah, it's a window to the soul, isn't it?
Window to the soul.
It is. And you also get to like see how they give feedback and how they receive feedback. And we have a whole chapter in the book on feedback, giving and receiving, because it goes both ways. Although often people are struggling with it, think it only goes from them to you and not the other way. But we have a whole chapter on feedback because that's such an important part of relating.
And what has been the reception of y'all's book?
It's been so fun.
People love it.
Yeah, it's been really fun. You know, it's been really just easy and organic. And I think people are like, oh, it's so fun. We were hoping, like, we were wanting a book like this. And Teri and I had the friendship and the skill set and playing with our partners to say, like, let's just do it. Let's have it be, you know, the idea is that it's this bright red covered, you know, glossy gift book, like kind of thing. So it's a, you know, it makes a great gift. And so that's been a fun reception. And I think the pickleball community is so amazing and welcoming that that's been the same energy we've gotten about our book, which has been just totally touching, heartwarming.
And when people say someone needs to write a book about couples playing together, we can say, we did.
Exactly.
Here it is.
And where can people buy it?
Amazon.com is the best place.
Easy enough. Well, thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. I loved all of y'all's information. This was such a delight.
Thanks. It's been so fun. And, you know, people can check us out on loveandpickleball.net as well. And then on Instagram at love_and_pickleball.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Victoria,
Thanks,
for having us.
Victoria.